guys, my name is Lacey of Spooky Lips and Fat Hips, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing my February and March favorites and empties. And the reason why I'm combining both months is one, I was too sick to get February up on time, and two, because I was so sick for those 2.5 weeks, I didn't get a lot of products tested out. I didn't experiment with a lot of stuff. My next favorites video for April, I'm sure, is going to be bananas. But for right now, I don't know, before I got sick, I kind of had an idea of what my favorites were. There's not much, but I do have actually a shit ton of empties. I debated splitting up my empties and favorites this month, but I don't want to do that because in the future, I know I'm probably not going to have this many empties at a given moment. So we're just gonna go for it. Like in my January favorites, I'm going to have some makeup stuff, some non-makeup stuff, and then wrap it up with the things that I've emptied in the last 2 months, normally a month, and just give you some quick thoughts on those products. When I was writing my list of things that I knew that I had found in the last 2 months that I really loved and wanted to share with you guys, this was the very first thing that I thought of and probably my number one favorite thing of the last 2 months. This is the Julep Love Your Bare Face Hydrating Cleansing Oil. I bought this completely on a whim from Ulta. I don't even know how I ended up in that section of the website. This is what happens when you shop online when you're sleepy. But I am so glad I bought this. I don't like makeup wipes. I pretty much have them around now just to clean up swatches and stuff when I do videos. I like the method of putting goop on your face and wiping it away to get my makeup off. I just feel like it's less wasteful, and also my skin reacts better when there's some kind of pleasant moisturizing oil left behind. I know some people don't like to have an oily residue left behind. I do, just for the sake of my skin has been extremely dry this winter. I've been using this since the beginning of February, and you would never know by the amount of product that I've used up compared to what's left. You do not need a lot of this to get this level of drag makeup off of your face. Basically, what I do with this product is wet my hands in the sink and only 3 pumps of this and kind of rub my hands back together so the water and the oil mix together, so you kind of create more of the product, if you will, and then just rub down everything and then wipe it away with a washcloth. I do go in afterwards with a cleanser, but a gentle cleanser, so I'm not totally stripping the oil away, so there's still a little bit left. But my skin has been loving this. It's been loving that way of taking my makeup off. It's been loving just this product. And also, for the longest time, I didn't think that Julep was cruelty-free, and then they are. So I'm so glad that I have this. It is a little bit pricey, but I think given how much use I'm getting out of it for the size, I wouldn't mind repurchasing this again, and I think I'm going to once I get through this and other things I have cleansing wise to get through. You guys know that I've been on a single eyeshadow journey in February, and I should have just posted a video about my round 2 of trying single eyeshadows, so that's that. Right now though, I mentioned in that video that Georgia had been so kind, Georgia Harris here on YouTube, to send me single eyeshadows after I was so frustrated with the round 1 of my single eyeshadows. It's just very pretty coppers and pinks and browns, and Georgia, you didn't have to do that, and it makes my day that you did. I'm gonna be real though, I could not tell you what any of these shadows are. Georgia wants to pop into my comments and say what some of them are. But I've just been having a lot of fun. They're mostly metallics. Like I said, they're mostly in that coppery pink family. But I've been loving to pair these with my Lime Crime Venus XL palette, which would have been in this favorites video. So you know that I like it, but I'm going to be doing a full review on that palette. So that's why it's not here right now. But yeah, I've been loving to pair these with that palette, and these are so pretty. These scream fall to me and spoopy Halloween things to me. I can't wait to pair these with dark chocolatey browns. Ooh. But yeah, thank you, Georgia, so much yet again. I always appreciate everything you do for me. And also, if you guys are wondering about this case, this is a big fat Tarte Z palette type thing. Holiday brushes came in this 2 years ago, and I figured I would never use the box because it was magnetic, but now I have a reason to. So the box is really big and extra, but I feel like pretty shadows deserve a pretty box. Again, referencing that single eyeshadow video, the solution for the round one of that was to just try some Buxom shadows. And I love them so much that I had to create a second Buxom eyeshadow palette. These are great shadows that don't get enough hype on YouTube. So this was my first palette that I had. Let's see if I can stick my face in frame. This was my first palette that I had created, trying to dupe the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. And it kind of gives me Blood Sugar vibes, but someone else in the comments had said I mostly duped Natasha Denona and Lila. Which, I don't know if I don't know. I just like the pairing of the oranges and the pinks with the purples. I started off February, as you can tell with Georgia Shadows and the Lime Crime palette, like being super into pinks and berries. So this has been really nice. And then my round 2 Buxom palette, I went for blues and greens because I just can't get enough blue and green eyeshadow lately. Between the Divine palette and these and what else? Oh, the Divina shadows that I picked up. I've just been so super into blues and greens. How many times can I say it? The way that these little tiny palettes work too is you can do it on the Sephora website, you can do it on the Ulta website, and you can also do it on Buxom's website itself. You pick 1 to 6 eyeshadows and buy it along with this palette, and it reduces the price. I think shadows normally individually are $12 a piece, but you get this in the palette for $40. You put them in this like slidey piece, so they're not magnetic, which I think is why people don't tend to reach for them. But these are just super, the metallics especially are absolutely phenomenal. I'm gonna just show you guys on the finger, but I am gonna swatch these because like these are incredibly impressive, and I really don't understand where the YouTube community is on these. These are so super high shine and metallic. There's duochromes. These are just 4, but like because of the texture of the metallics, that's what made me want to go back and buy more. I'm going to link all of the Buxom shadows that I have bought in the description bar down below, but these are just stunning. I had been reaching for these like a lot before I got sick. They're just really good quality eyeshadows, and I think the deal of the compact with 6 eyeshadows for $40 is really not a bad deal. For as much as I love highlighters, and I've just accumulated a lot of new highlighters, there's one in particular that I felt was reaching for the most in the last 2 months, and that is the Laura Geller Diamond Dust highlighter, which I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but I've made a huge dent into this. I can see myself hitting pan on this. First of all, I just want to say I love Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl highlighters. They're one of my absolute favorite highlighter formulas. I own them all. They're so metallic and so pretty. This is a duochrome like white pink, and so many brands have done this duochrome white pink, but for some reason this one is my favorite. This one is the most blinding. You get a super pink reflect, like it's not playing around. I don't know if you can even see it on camera. It kind of just looks white on camera, but I promise you, like, this is one that when the light hits it, there's no mistaking there's pink in there. It's so just cool. Probably not the most natural looking highlighter, obviously, but if you're into like interesting highlighters like I am, like I have a green highlighter on today, this is just awesome. It complements so many eye looks, especially because I had been going through a pink copper phase. This was like the highlighter I was reaching for to pair with those kinds of looks. Just amazing. Like, I don't have a dent in a highlighter to the degree that I do this one. I like, top 5 ever highlighters probably for me. I love this highlighter. If I was still allowing myself to buy backups of things, I would probably have bought a backup of it by now, but I'm not doing that. So, yeah. Something else that I've really been loving that you guys saw me haul like forever ago is the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. And I said in that video when I unboxed it that I didn't know how I was going to feel about it because it's a very thick, white, goopy brow gel. It's intense and it's thick. It's kind of like hair gel for your eyebrows. And that's exactly why I like it. I have very thick, full brows normally, and then I just go the extra mile with ABH Dip Brow. But side note to rant for a second, When I was growing up, I was horrifically made fun of for my eyebrows because of how thick and full they were. I'm half Sicilian. I can't control how hairy I am. But yeah, back in the 90s / early 2000s, when sperm brows were really in, I was maliciously made fun of for my eyebrows. And now they're popular, and now people want full brows, so screw you, middle school. So if you're like me, and you like your full brows, and you just want to fluff them up, and use something that's gonna, like, hold them all day, they're not going anywhere, Colourpop Brow Boss. I actually am disappointed that I did not pick up another one of these the last time I placed a Colourpop order. But I'm sure there'll be more Colourpop orders in the future, and I can grab another one. They're like $6. Hell yeah. And then finally, my last makeup favorites of the last 2 months is this Essence Cosmetics Rockin' Doll XXXL Crazy Volume Mascara. This has replaced Too Faced Better Than Sex as my favorite mascara of all times. It has a super interesting wand. It's super spiky and super plasticky, but then some sides of it, it's very hard to tell on camera, are longer than the other sides, and this just gives me the widest, most volumized lashes humanly possible, which as someone who wears glasses, I look for volume only. I could give two shits about length because sometimes my eyelashes will hit my glasses. I look for crazy, ridiculous volume, and this gives it to me. However, I just noticed this was sold at Ulta and now it's not available in Ulta. What the hell, Essence? How dare you make me fall in love with something and then take it away from me? I do have a backup of this because it's like a $2 mascara, $3 mascara, and you can still buy it on the Essence website, but I don't know what's up with it being taken off Ulta because this is good. I love Essence mascaras in general. I love all the Lash Princess mascaras, but this is my favorite that I've ever tried. This is my favorite mascara ever. This beats Better Than Sex. It beats Ciate Wonder Wand. Like, this is so freaking good, and it's $3. It's $3. Hell yeah. And that's it for my makeup favorites. I do have two non-makeup favorites, and I'm just going to say they're a little on the spoopy side, and if that bothers you, I'm going to put a time here where you can skip ahead to get to my empties if you're interested. But if not, these are just two things that I've been really loving that I have acquired in the last 2 months. This first thing is something that I had wanted for well over a year plus. It's from Etsy, and I cannot believe that it was still available when I went to purchase it, and that I own it. This is a copper and labradorite Blair Witch symbol necklace. I can't explain to you how much I love this. The Blair Witch Project is like one of my favorite spoopy movies because I camp very frequently, shockingly, but I have to for my degree. But also I just love to camp, being real. And that is a movie that genuinely freaks me the fuck out. As someone who lives in a very forested area and is camping a lot, it's also a spooky movie that I feel like doesn't lose its effect on me. Like, it has the same, like, chilling factor every single time I watch it. I don't know, I feel like it's one of those movies you either love or hate. But yeah, this necklace is just absolutely perfect for a spoopy necklace lover by myself. It is from an Etsy shop called Meadowstone Crafts. I will link them down below for sure. They don't have this exact necklace again, unfortunately, but they have a lot of other necklaces in the same kind of style. Not all of them are Blair Witch. I think there's only one other Blair Witch necklace on there. But I just love this so much. This is so special, and I feel like it was meant to be because, like I said, I had favorited it in my Etsy account like well over a year ago. And it was still there waiting for me, and I'm so happy that I got it. And then one other Etsy thing / spoopy thing that I got is a brand new tarot deck. This is the Tarot of the Bones. I've mentioned before that I am a collector of tarot decks. I read tarot cards for a living. I have for a long time. I don't do it as much anymore, but there was a point early on in my college career where that was specifically how I was making my money, was through tarot readings. If that doesn't sit well with you, if you don't like it, and if you don't believe in it, that's totally okay, and I completely understand, but it is something that I love. It's a huge part of my life. I also want to touch on the fact that I've gotten a comment before that's like, you talk about ghosts a lot. I know this is tarot cards, but stick with me. You're a scientist. You need to read Carl Sagan and knock that off. I've read Carl Sagan. I'm good. I'm not someone who believes that science and spirituality need to be mutually exclusive. My spirituality is a huge part of my life. Tarot cards are a huge part of my life. Again, if it bothers you, if you're not into it, if you don't believe in it, that's totally okay. I have a very open mind. I hope that you do too. You don't have to believe in it. You don't have to like it. Just respect that I do. Just respect who I am as a person on my channel. But anyway, getting back to the cards, they all feature bones. So it's basically my two loves come together because I am a physical anthropologist. I have spent a lot of time studying paleontology and paleoanthropology, and I work specifically with bones. It's literally my two favorite things. If you're interested, I will leave the Etsy shop for this down below as well. I bought the tarot deck along with the companion book, so if you read tarot cards, it's the same no matter what deck you buy mostly, but I always like to buy the companion book even though I know how to read tarot cards, just because I like to see how the artist interprets the cards. It's just me personally. If you're a tarot reader, maybe you can understand what I'm talking about. If not, this is all nonsense. We're almost done with it. But yeah, these are really special to me. I haven't bought new tarot cards in a very long time. I go through phases where I'm buying a shit ton of new tarot releases because I collect them for the art and for the interpretations, and like I love them so much. But I had, like I said, hadn't bought them for a while because nothing had spoken to me, because I still like to be able to have a connection with them and be able to read with them despite if I like the art or not. These, the second I saw them, I had to have them. I didn't even think about it. I had to have them. Love them. Alright, and we have made it to the empties part of this video, and I have a lot of empties, but I'm hoping I can get through it fast because this video is already long. I told you guys I might use that little twin star box for holding my empties. First things first, I finished an Up and Up makeup wipe towel thing. This had been sitting in my drawer for forever. I wasn't getting through it because, like I said, I don't really reach for makeup wipes, but now doing YouTube and swatching things, got through it. They're good. They're fine. They're not cruelty free, so I'm probably not ever going to buy them again. But yeah, just your basic wipe. No complaints. St. Ives Apricot Scrub. This is like a skincare staple. I actually am straying away from using scrubby face things. What are they called? Exfoliants. That is the correct word. Because I just started using like an electric face brush to wash my face. So I feel like using exfoliants too much with that just rips apart my skin. So again, this took me a hot second to get through. I had this in my shower for a very long time because this also is not cruelty free. And like I mentioned in my Goals 2018 video, I am in the process of going completely cruelty free. So I just had to use this up. I actually like this for the upper arms for the chicken skin thing that I referenced in my Lush video. Unfortunately, I also have the Up and Up Target ripoff of this now in my shower because I had a backup. So I finished the first product, now I gotta get through the backup. But after that, if I buy scrubs, they're probably just going to be body scrubs that I'm specifically going to use for my arms because, well, this is good and a classic for a reason and extremely affordable and nice and doesn't have those plastic beads that are bad for the environment or anything. It's just no longer for me and my needs, but still a good product. That's actually the theme of this empties portion because I finished so many non-cruelty free items, which again was a goal for me, was to clear out all of the non-cruelty free skincare in my life. This Jergens face cream, it's just your standard cold cream, which again is like a goop that you put on your face and wipe your makeup off with, and then it leaves behind like oils. I bought this because reviews for it online, one review specifically on Target was like, I'm gonna kiss cover band and this is the only thing that I use to take my makeup off. And I was like, fuck yeah, that is the level of makeup remover that I need to have. A tub of this lasts for fucking ever. And again, it's like dirt cheap, and I have a backup of it that I gotta get through now, and it sucks because I love that julep oil so much, but I've been alternating using that with this, which I don't like as much because the julep oil does a much better job getting off makeup. But this does do a good job melting away makeup. It's just way messier to use. It's just, I don't know. It smells, and I don't know how to phrase this other than It smells like cosmetics geared towards older clientele, if that makes sense. You know the smell that I'm referring to. It smells very powdery, and that could bother you, but if you also don't want to have like the environmental waste of makeup wipes, this isn't bad, and it's a couple bucks, and it's going to last you forever. Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel. Bought this because of a Laura Lee video. I don't watch Laura Lee anymore. No offense, but that also kind of dates how long this has been in my collection. But this is really nice, actually. It has hyaluronic acid in it, and it's very lightweight. It melts into the skin very quickly. If you are not strict with like cruelty-free status of things, this would be worth reaching for if you have oilier skin. I liked this for when my skin was so oily, but then when I transitioned to being more dry, I felt like it wasn't enough. I need something a little bit thicker and longer lasting. But a good moisturizer nonetheless, and I would definitely recommend this, especially for the price. I think I might have gone through one of these in my last favorites video too. This is an E.l.f. eyebrow pencil in taupe. I love these. I have like a bajillion backups of these because anytime E.l.f., which is like once or twice a year, does like a half off everything sale on their website, I will buy like 20 of these because then they're $1. And I just love these. I go over my brows with these before I do dip brow as like a guide. But also on days where I don't want to use dip brow, I just want to get out the door, this is specifically only what I'll use. And it's just a good eyebrow pencil. And like I said, it's $2 normally, but you can get it for $1. So hell yeah on that. More E.l.f. products and E.l.f. makeup mist and set. I really have yet to find any specific makeup spray that I feel like does a greatly different / better job than any other makeup setting spray. I tend to prefer the Makeup Revolution oil controlling one that's always listed down below in whatever makeup I wear. But for the price, if you're in need of a setting spray just to like melt your makeup down together and get it to look not as powdery and just have a setting spray, the E.l.f. one isn't bad to me. I've gone through like a lot of these. This was the last one in my backup drawer. I don't know if I'll repurchase it or not. Probably like if I was completely out of setting spray, I would for the price. Because again, I think this is only like a couple bucks. But yeah, not bad. These were almost impossible for me to get through. Oh my god. These are the Shea Moisture Age Defy and Color Protect shampoo and conditioners. I did not like these. I love Shea Moisture products because I have very thick hair, and Shea Moisture makes some of the only products that manage them. It's actually the reason why I started buzzing my head. It's because my hair is so thick and uncooperative. But Shea Moisture products really work well for my hair. And I do color treat my hair. I do put black in my hair because my natural hair color is like a medium brown. And it has kind of like a green tint to it that drives me crazy. So I throw black in it every time I cut my hair. My hair didn't feel clean. I didn't feel like it made a difference in the longevity of my hair color. And to be honest, I don't really care about using products that extend the longevity of my hair color because I buzz my head once a month and then I dye it promptly after. So I'm not someone with like long, gorgeous, amazing hair that has to preserve it. Like, my hair's very low maintenance. This didn't help my hair feel clean at all. It just was a pain in the ass to get through. I'm happy to finally be recycling these bottles. And now I have lots of little stuff. For some reason in my life, I keep accumulating tiny cleanser samples. And I mean, I'm not mad about it, but I have so many. I have this Clinique liquid facial soap, oily skin formula. I definitely think only use this if you have oily skin. This stripped my skin a little too much towards the end. It was a little brutal to get through because my skin's now more on the dry side. But not a bad cleanser. I think Clinique makes nice products. Something else that I think came with that sample was the Clinique Clarifying Lotion Twice a Day Exfoliator. I don't know why they say lotion because this is more like a toner. Again, a little harsh. I wouldn't recommend it if you have dry skin. If you have oily skin, you're probably going to like this. Purity Made Simple Philosophy Cleanser. I feel like this is also kind of like a classic product because it's just a really good cleanser. It doesn't overstrip your skin. Anytime I get this in the sample, I'm extremely happy to use it. I won't buy it full size because I do not believe Philosophy is cruelty free, unfortunately. But I do like this product and would recommend it. It is very expensive though. It's good. Definitely get it on sale. It is what it is. I don't think I have any more samples of it. I feel like I had like 3 at one point. Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. Again, another one that I really liked, but I don't think Fresh is cruelty-free either. I think they're one of those brands that likes to pretend that they are, but they aren't. Again, if you're not cruelty-free, I don't preach going cruelty-free on this channel. It's just my choice that I wanted to go cruelty-free. And I realized that cruelty-free status reflects, you know, your access to products and availability of things that work for you and things like that, which is why I'm never going to preach it on this channel. So if you're not in the, like, if that doesn't bother you, this is a really good cleanser. It smells like cucumbers and it's just very refreshing and nice. And I feel like this does a good job of not overly stripping your skin, which is what I look for. I like some of my natural oils to be left behind because I feel like when I overstrip my skin, that's when I break out. So yeah, this was nice. I think I've gone through 2 of these overall in the future. No, in the past. What am I talking about right now? I need to get done filming. And then wrapping up, I have a bunch of perfume samples. I actually have a teacup on my lipstick tower of perfume samples that I need to get through, and it's just, ooh, I got a lot. So, rapid fire. Marc Jacobs Decadence, fine. Wouldn't buy it, but it was fine. Marc Jacob Daisy, on the other hand, I really liked. I would probably buy Marc Jacob Daisy if I had the funds for a perfume like that. Prada Candy is actually, oh, this is Prada Candy Kiss. Prada Candy's whole line is one of my favorite fragrance lines, and I do own a Prada Candy. I forget which one specifically that was gifted to me. Prada's not cruelty-free, unfortunately. Oh, I do have another Prada Candy. Okay. But yeah, Prada Candy's whole line is very nice. Marc Jacobs Daisy line is very nice. I can see why I went through these in the last couple months. It's barely a dent in the amount of perfume samples that I need to get through, though. Holy shit. Like, I said it before, but Sephora just gives you whatever samples they want. When you order, it doesn't matter if you pick them out or not, and I've been just getting so many perfume samples lately. So, we're going to use them whether I like them or not. Whew, we did it, and that was everything. That was all my favorites. That was all my empties. 2 months worth. I probably could have split this video up into 2 parts, but I make long videos on this channel. You guys know what you signed up for. What were your favorites in the last month or so, making up for the month that I missed? Please let me know what products you've been liking, all of that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. That was delayed. This is a favorite too.